Agger's View is brought to you by PureMTGO.com and MTGOTraders.com. So we're here for one of the first M12 pre-release sealed events, and wow, we some pretty nice cards there, definitely. I usually, as you know, if you've seen any of my videos, I open pretty horrible sealed pools, so all these cards, all these rares are going to be usable if we get, well, depending on the colors we play, but Jace is certainly a bomb, and Chandra's okay. It depends on what I get, what else I got, but Oblivion Ring, wow. Okay, so let's pile this up by color. Wow, I want to try to play these. We're playing this guy for sure. Solemn's amazing, and we're playing Druidic Satchel for sure as well. So let's see how things go with color now. The green looks rather weak right there. Gideon's Lawkeeper, that's really good to start off with. Stay off. I don't want to play two of them because they can lose value. Pacifisms, wow, that's pretty nice. Celestial Purge is a great sideboard card. We'll keep that in mind. Oblivion Ring is going to be great. Rock Egg is going to be great, especially if we have Day of Judgment and Sarah Angel. Well, Day of Judgment. But those are the ones I want to play for sure. We might play Oromancer. It'll actually work well with Day of Judgment and Pacifisms if we get those to work. So let's see what we got in blue here. Phantasmal Bear is not what I want to do with this deck. It's going to be a control deck, and Phantasmal Bear is better in an aggro deck where it'll get a few hits in before it's targeted. I don't like Ice Cage at all. Azure Mage will be fine. I like Mana Leak in the sealed pool, just because sealed ends up a lot of times being on bombs, based on bombs. Skywonder Drag is really good. Aether Depth is as well. Cancel's kind of mana heavy. It's the same as Aether Depth, but it's also a little bit less useful in terms of like you have to wait a while for it to be useful. Oh, Manalith, that's going to be perfect for our deck. We should probably go through these. All these artifacts are playable besides Elixir, in my opinion. I mean, Elixir's a fine sideboard card if your opponent has a Jace and a bunch of building cards. The Glacial Fortress will do well, too. But that's a land, so we'll keep it out for now. So we're just going to splash red, apparently. It's white-blue splash red. We have Shock. Not going to use Fling. We might want Manic Vandal, but we have quite a few. We have quite a few of our own. You know, we probably shouldn't run red. All we'd be getting is Shock and Chandra. And Chandra is not very good in this deck. It can only copy. There's nothing. Nothing it copies. Yeah, we don't have anything at all for Chandra to copy, so red's not going to work for this deck. We have a bit of ability to splash with our Solemn and our Manalith, though. So let's check our other colors here. Reassembling Skeleton is nice, but not enough to splash for. Distress is not splashable. Nothing really good in black. No. Green. A lot of bad cards. Rampant Growth. No, no. Looks like we don't have anything worth splashing in green either. So we can fill this out in white and blue cards. I guess we can play. Well, Chandra would be really nice to play. Just as a pinger. It's a pinger that forces them to. It's just not going to be great in our deck. It's a pinger that forces them to kill her relatively soon, or else she'll ultimate on them. And ultimate should win you the game in limited. It essentially Plague wins their board and hits them for 6. So, interesting so far. We're going to need some more creatures to fill this out. I don't want to run Griffin Rider. Not only do we not have any Griffins, it's just it's a bad card in my opinion. I mean, it's certainly great if you have enough Griffins, but you really need a lot of them. So none of these early white cards are runnable. Moromancer's almost runnable. I don't think it is quite in this deck though. Chasm Drake is going to be good. Go for one more card. Unsummon or Ice Cage, I think. Actually, another creature. Phantasmal Dragon. It's certainly worth the risk. It's a powerful card. So let's pile it out by color. White and blue are pretty even. White has 2 double whites and blue has double blue pretty early, so I think we'll go about even on those and do 2 mountains. Or actually 1 mountain. I think we can do 1 mountain. We have Manalith, Solemn Simulacrum. I think we'll do 2 mountains. We have those are actually fixed for white and blue as well, so yeah. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. Manic Vandal is a good sideboard card too. You gotta remember that. And My Leap's a fine card as well, but I like Stave Off better. Harbor Serpent will be a good sideboard card as well. Master Thief will be interesting. I don't know if it'll be. I guess we bring it in against a deck that's not red or black. It should do really well because Pacifism doesn't do anything to this guy. Divine Favor is pretty horrible. Defender. Fling's pretty bad. Manic Vandal's a good sideboard card. We could play that guy actually, but I think we have enough good 5 and 4 drops. So yeah. And there's nothing really good in black and green as we talked about. And there's cool playable cards, but they're not great. So let's add our land. Actually, let's add our land. Let's make this a nice little draft here. So let's save this as X draft. And let's check deck editor. Load. And go to basic lands. We'll add what we need here. So we need 16 lands, 2 of them are going to be mountains, as we know. So, that leaves us 14, we'll go 7 and 7. As you can see here, I've altered my Zendikar lands digitally with Whiffy Penguin's little guide on altering your lands, altering your cards. I also altered Frost Titan, as you'll see here. Right there, they gave him the promo art, but it's really cool. And this is a great pool. It should do fine for us. We have quite a few removal spells at the beginning of the game to hold things off. Rock Egg certainly should buy us some time as well. And we have tons of flyers, like flying, 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 flying. So yeah, it's a lot of flyers. And this guy gives flying to another creature too, so we should be a good grind him out deck. We can win with Jace easily. Crumbling Colossus makes a great defender. Or we can just jump with Kazandrake and win the game. So there's certainly all of that options. Chandra they need to kill. It's essentially a Cunning Spark Mage for this deck that can be killed, but they need to kill it, or else they're gonna lose a lot of stuff. So that'll be fine. Let's do this. And I will see you. Well, let's just talk about some stuff real quick, actually. Druid Satchel, just a huge value card, like a Lovely's in like sealed decks. You get in those spaces where you're both top decking, and it's always nice to have the ability to get value every turn. If you get a land, land is actually I think land is the most powerful. Essentially, drawing you a card at that point. It's not really a card per se because you're not. It's not a spell, but it's moving you farther down into your deck towards your cards. The creature's awesome, and the least effective is 2 life, but sometimes that's just necessary to gain life. So that's always nice. This Rusted Sentinel might not be the best in here. He's a kind of aggressive card due to how he entered the battlefield tapped. It means you want to be attacking with him on turn 5 instead of because he doesn't block on turn 4. We might have Stonehorde Dignitary in there instead. Yeah, I think so. Certainly not a great card, but it should help buy us time to get to our bombs. Yeah, we need to keep our creature count up, so I don't want to add a cancel or negate in. I wanted to add a creature for sure, and there's not many great creatures we have besides that are cheap enough. It's not a greatest creature at all, but he guarantees you at least a turn if you top deck him, and they're attacking you with combat damage. And he's a 1/4, so he's okay on defense as well. Certainly not as good as this guy on defense, but this guy doesn't start defense until turn 5. Until 1 turn after he's been cast. So let's save that again. We'll submit it. And I will see you next time.